Okay, so it's muscle testing time. So I'm going to do a quick tutorial again for those who haven't seen it. I'm going to show you how I do it, the two C's, communication and compromise, the two C's, how I do it. And I'm going to show you how I do it with my hands. Um, and then I'm going to talk more about what to use it for. So I've been asked to teach what to use it for. So once again, we're going to do a quick demonstration. Right? We're going to use your fingers. You're going to put two C's, communication and compromise, right? You're going to lock them, okay? You're going to lock it. You see how it's pinched? And it's pinched. That's it. Just these two. Then you're going to go, you can even leave it open like this. You're going to go, show me yes, pull gently. Don't tug it, because if you tug it too hard, it's going to open and it's going to be a false no. So show me yes. And then I go, show me no. It just opens. I don't know how it works or why it works. I just know that it works. Just know. It's kind of like my printer. All IT personnel to the side, please, and all computer gurus to the side. I don't know how it works. I turn it on and it works. When it doesn't turn on, I call David. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know how it works. I do know that it does work. Okay? I'm going to do it again. Two C's, communication and compromise. And it's going to lock them. And you're going to go, show me yes. And it's going to hold. And then you're going to go, show me no. And it just opens. And it opens with, I can't do it and say something right at the same time because it won't open. Like if I go, it opens with ease. You see how it holds? So it opens with ease. I'm not even trying to touch. I'm not even doing anything. It does like that. I'm just literally showing you. I'm not even touching it for it to close. But you could do that by accident. So don't do that. It's firm. It's firm. It's firm. And you hold it. And then you go, you don't clink it and have it open. You just leave space. Oh, I don't know if I can show it. You leave space between it. You see it? You go, show me yes. You show me yes. I was thinking, and this is one of the things I want to talk to you about. What you cannot do. You cannot think one thing and say something different. For some odd reason, we can do it as humans, but I could be like, and it just happened. I was saying something and I was like, oh, this is not going to work. And it was like, no, it is going to work. But then it's like, it gave me a no when I was saying yes. I was saying yes with my verbally, but in my mind, I was saying no. You cannot, this is where my Bible people and my foundational Christian and Catholicism, like myself, you can't be double-minded. You can't be double-minded with this. You have to have a clear mind. You have to have quiet, especially in the beginning. When you're learning it, you have to practice this before you go to bed and before you get out of bed in the morning. Before you go to bed, right? Practice before you get up out of bed in the morning, especially if you're like an early person like me. The earth is quiet. I get up like around 3 or so. So the earth is quiet. That's when you need to practice it. You need to practice it when everything is quiet. You can't really practice it when this is happening and you're putting out that fire, you're putting out this fire. You're not going to learn it. Granted, you're going to work with it while that fire is going off, this fire is going on. That's when you're going to know where do I go first? And you'll ask, do I go this way first? And they'll say no. Do I go this way first? And they'll be like, yes. That's how you use it. That's okay. You know what? That's how I use it. That's how I use it. I use it. It's one, like I always tell you, it's not an end all be all decision making. It's not. Unless you really do not care about the outcome and you're like, let's just roll the dice, and you don't care about the outcome either way, you're like, I'll be good either way, then you could just do it without having any backup material or like backup thought process with it. For me, and this is a personal note, for me, it showed me who to keep in my life and who not to. And the reason why I say to you to follow it up with other things. It can't just be like the muscle testing thing told me that you're not the person for me, so I'm going to go. No, you go, is that person, I don't have anybody, so I won't be able to do it, but I'm going to fake doing it for you. You would ask, the question would look something like, is this person my person? And then you would pull, right? Is this person my person? And you would pull. And if it says no, okay, follow it up with other questions. Just be like, okay, is this person my person? No. Is this person a good person to have in my life? If this says no again, is this person, kids, I've done it. I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you what I've done. I've done it. And it was like, no. And I was like, so should I stay with this person? They were like, no. And I was like, is this ever going to change? And they were like, no. And I'm like, so I'm just spinning my wheels for no reason. They were like, yes. So it's not like you just get stuck on a word. They'll be like, yeah, you're pretty much spinning your wheels for no reason. And then what I did, this is what I did. Wasn't like, oh, wait, that's it. At least back then. Now, I told you, I've been doing this for almost, it's going on 8 years. I've been doing this, and I've gotten really good at it, and it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. Like, I hate, like, some people are like, Keisha, you don't understand. Okay, that's fine. This is just not for you. This is just not for you. If you are sitting there going, she's lying, this doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. This doesn't work. Okay, this is just not for you. I know if I'm doing this, there are other people doing this too. And they need to have the blueprint on how to do it and how to do it safely. If we're going to do it, let's do it safely. You understand? So you don't have to, and I say this to a lot of my clients sometimes too, or I had to stop saying that, but that's for another video. You don't have to believe it works for me. It doesn't, I've grown past that, or I've healed that part of me that you have to believe me. You don't have to believe shit. Seriously, you don't gotta believe shit. You don't gotta believe me that this works or not. If that's the case, there's a bunch of other things for you to watch on TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're seeing my pretty venom in your face. Wherever you're seeing me, there's a bunch of other stuff for you to do. You don't have to watch this. You understand? You don't have to partake in something that you do not believe in, because the more you don't believe in something, the harder it is for it to work for you. And then when it does work, you'll call it a fluke. So and what you have to understand too, it just might not be the right timing. Everything I've learned in this past couple of years, past probably 2 to 3 years, probably more, everything is timing. Everything is timing. There's stuff that I'm wearing my jacket. Yeah, I'm wearing my own hoodie that I designed from a picture that I saw, that I did a whole bunch of editing and all this other stuff to have a hoodie like this. This took me about an hour to design, so because it was very intricate, and I never thought that I would be on my podcast network talking to thousands of people, wearing my own clothes, teaching my own shit. That had to be timing, because I had to start somewhere. You understand? I didn't think I would be talking about muscle testing, but I had to start somewhere. And I feel like it would be horrible as a person for me to not teach it, to not be like, hey, you noticed something you could do about that knee problem, right? Did you check it? Did you check? Kind of like when people were like, oh, I sprained my ankle. The first thing most people go, did you get an x-ray? Yeah, that's the number one thing. Once again, I'm going to say this all the time. This does not replace medicine. I am not giving any medical advice. I am not telling you what to do. I am telling you what I do. Everything I say is my opinion and is what I've lived through. It is not me telling you what to do. I am not of that generation that tells people what to do. I tell you what I did. And if you don't want to do what I did, or if you can't do what I did, because that's possible too, that's fine. Don't think that, oh, don't be like, she said, I was talking about me. You just happened to see the video. You understand? But now that we got that out the way, you don't got to believe it if you don't want to. And that's okay. And if you're still here listening to me say this, then this video is probably for you. It probably is for you, but you have to get out of your own way. And I know for me, when I started, it was hard. It was hard for me to get out of my own way. It was hard for me to believe that this was possible. It took a minute. It took not a minute, but it took a couple of weeks, if not a month or so, while I was doing it. And then while I was doing this, I was watching on Gaia Rewired by his name just came, Joe Dispenza. Rewired by Joe Dispenza. I was doing this and watching that at the same time. So it was kind of like, he was like, you have to rewire your brain. You have to rewrite the code. This is how I rewrote my code. This is how I knew and found I had bad codes. And you'd be like, Keisha, what do you mean by bad codes? What are bad codes? Bad codes are your parents telling you at least once a day that you ain't shit. Like your parents telling you at least once a day you fucked up with something. You're like, you just can't you're just stupid and you can't get it right. That's bad code. Someone telling you that you have to work every day, you don't get to play, you don't get to go outside, you don't get to do anything, all you got to do is work. It's a code. That's why you're an adult and all you do is work. I have that issue, and I'm working with my spirit team, with people I'm connected to rewrite this code, because the code has to be rewritten. But I didn't know I had this bad code. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't know I had this bad code until I started muscle testing. Because I would ask, why am I always so angry? Why am I always so sad? And why am I always so sad? Am I always so sad because of something that happened in my childhood? And usually, I'm telling you from my experience, please just test the theory. I'm telling you from my experience. Once you start doing this, your spirit team is like, oh shoot, okay, game on, let's go. Now we can work. Because they can't work because you don't talk to them. You don't talk to them. You can use muscle testing at a certain level. I don't want to give this out yet too much because you might not be at that level yet. But those that meditate, like I said in a real short video before, it's a walkie-talkie. It's not a radio. And somebody was like, but isn't a walkie-talkie just a two-way radio? Yes, but that wasn't the radio that I was talking about. I was talking about the radio that you turn on FM radio, or you turn on 106 or 107, like the radio in your car. You can't talk back to the DJ unless you pick up the phone and talk to them. You can't talk back to the DJ. You understand? So hold on a second. Okay, so you're going to see a pause in the video. I told you I don't really edit my videos because I want you to see how authentic this is. This is not something that's polished. The shorts maybe, because I make shorts out of the videos, but if you watch the long form content, you're going to see like, okay, she just put those back together. She didn't even like smooth transition. No, this is my smooth transition. Explaining to you why I did it. I'm on my Mac right now. So what happens sometimes if I say information in a transmission that was either wrong, too much information, or whatever, and I feel a little glitch and I don't listen or feel that glitch, and I stop the video does not record. It's like blank. That has happened to me more time than I would have liked. And if I didn't pay so much money for this Mac, I would have thrown it against the wall when it happened. Because I would make really good videos, but I put in information that I wasn't allowed to give out yet. So it does not record. So I just wanted to make sure, since I was giving out new information, that it was recording. In the shorts, this part would be cut out, but I digress. So what I was talking about, and was probably talking about something I wasn't supposed to talk about, and that's why they stopped it. And this is part of muscle testing. Like, okay, ooh, we could try this now. Okay, was I about to say something that I was not allowed to release yet? Yes. Would you have deleted my entire video? Yes. Yes, I would have been mad. So, because I've done that before. And then when I yell at them, like, yo, what the hell? You could have said something. They were like, we did tell you to stop recording. We told you to stop recording at 14 minutes, but you kept recording. And I was like, because sometimes for me, being like the channel, the empath, whatever title you want to give me, I appreciate it. You know, you could just call me Keisha or Kayla New York. That's it. But my friends call me Keisha. My superstar people call me Kayla New York. But for me, it's more along the lines of, if I send something out, most of the time I feel like I'm in a trance. Not like a trance like but like a trance, like I can't stop talking. Like it's just coming. And then if I don't listen for them to be like, stop, that's too far. Usually I'll have Matthew or Jada in front of me going, no, that's too much information. That's way too much information. I'm like, okay, but I digress. So that's why that happened. But yeah, so see, you're gonna watch me talk to my spirit team right now. Can I do that? You're gonna see me talk to my spirit team right now. Should I keep going in this direction? No. So this is not what the video is supposed to be about. Yes, this is not what the video is supposed to be about. Am I supposed to be talking about how to muscle test? No. Am I supposed to be talking about the do's and don'ts of muscle testing? Yes. Okay, should I start with the do's? Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with the do's of muscle testing. Practice, 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 practice. You have to practice. Practice, 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 practice. You have to practice. You can't do it one day and then 2 weeks later when you see me pop back up, oh shit, yeah, muscle testing. Granted, if you see me pop up, it's because your team is like, you need to learn this. Because I know when they were trying to get me to learn it, I had to watch the video for it 4 times. The first time I was doing something, I think I was making oils or something, or hair oil or something. So I was watching it and I was doing that at the same time. So I was like, oh, whatever, And then they were like, we need you to watch this video. And I was like, again? And they were like, yes. The funny thing is, at that time, I didn't know muscle testing. So I just kept getting nudges. It's like, a nudge is like, you're sitting there, you're like, damn, I want to make a t-shirt. That's a nudge. Something's nudging you to do something. It could even be your future self. Hey, bitch, make that hoodie. Make that hoodie and make that video. You know, you're going to get nudges. So what happens now for me is when I get a nudge, first I check to see if I want to do it. Then I check to see where it's coming from, you know, and I use muscle testing to do that. But back then I didn't have muscle testing. I just felt nudges and I was like, you want me to do this? And I would hear in my head, yes. Like I would like literally at one point, yes, I did think I was going crazy. I did. I'm not, but I did, because they do not teach you this. They do not teach you this anywhere. You kind of have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that's grandma, you know, because it's an olden day tradition we pass on traditions that really don't, we practice, and this is no judgment, we practice and continue traditions that keep us locked and in bondage. But we don't practice traditions to heal ourselves, to, and I'm not saying we don't, we're starting to. That's what the whole wake up is about. The whole reprogramming, recoding is about. We're starting to go, instead of me buying all these presents, right? Just for this one day, why don't I give myself and my family a present every day and learn how to muscle test, so that when your kid comes up to you and is like, I did something to my leg and I don't know what's going on, and it hurts. And you go, okay, is it broken? You check to see if it's broken. You do all the physical things, and there's no real reason why that should be happening. He's like, I didn't break it. I didn't fall down. I didn't do anything. And then you go, okay, this is how I knew this worked. And this is a true story. Matthew was home, right? We were sitting down and chilling in my studio. He was sitting literally in this seat right here. And he's a personal trainer. So he does a lot of exercising and stuff, but he also works with a lot of people, and he works in a very high energy gym. The gym's energy is explosive sometimes. And he works in the heart of it where the trainers are. So not only is mostly everyone's energy pushed towards that, because it's a big deal. That's where the trainers are. That's where you can check to see how to do stuff without really paying for training, So I've been there. I go to gym there. I go to gym there. I go to that gym. So I watch how much energy he's absorbing in a day, So I said to him, I was like, did you bang it? Did you fall down? Did you drop something on it? He was like, no, I didn't do any of those things. It just started hurting, and I can barely walk. And I was just like, huh. So I was just like, okay. So I sat down and I was just like, all right, let's see if there's something in it. And this was years ago. This was probably about 3 years ago. And I was like, let's see, probably about 3 years ago. So 2 or 3 years ago. And I was like, let's see if there's something, some trapped emotion or energy in it, something trapped in it. So he did it, and I started clearing it, and I would clear it. And I would be like, okay, how do you feel? He was like, huh, that's weird. And I was, that's how I just know it's working. Because the first thing people go to me is, they're not like, oh, that's amazing. The first thing people go to me is, oh, that's weird. Because 1 minute the pain is there and the next minute it's not. 1 minute it's hurting and it's tight and the next minute it's not. That's how I learned how to do it. I learned how to clear my barriers, my imprints, all the stuck shit that I was dealing with from my childhood, from my marriages, from people, just people who passed me in the street. It's okay. I was asking them if I could tell you something, but they said no. So I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, so by the time we were finished, he had no pain. And I there's no reason for me to lie, because you're not giving me any money for this. So there's no reason for me to lie. That happened. You can ask him. It happened, and I watched it happen, and I was sitting there going, that's better than a Christmas present. You understand? That's a tradition. And that was when I was like, this tradition I need to pass down to my friends, my family, to everyone. Because one thing with Matthew is not that person, or that kid, stop calling him the kid. He's not that guy that will tell you did something when you did not. You have to earn it with Matthew. For Matthew to be like, yeah, it works. You have to earn it. And for him to say it, I was just like, holy crap, this works. And it was interesting to see. That's the tradition. You know what I mean? If you're going to pass something along, that should be it. healing should be it, but this is not for everyone. So while we're here, let me do it one more time. It's see, lock, show me yes, pull, holds, show me no, opens. Just that simple. Yes, no. Thing is, if you think for some reason, I got a false positive, do it again. I got a false, do it. When I started, I would ask the same question like 5 times just to see if I would get different answers. I did not. Maybe once, once you get good with it, you'll start to feel when you did it wrong. You'll feel when you did it wrong because the energy will shift. You'll feel when that's not the right energy. The energy signature. Like everything has an energy signature. So the energy signature. You're like, nah, that's not the energy signature. I know what it feels like when I have a real yes. That's not it. So just keep practicing. If you are not like me and yours is the other way, say for instance, you pull it apart and you're like, Keisha, it comes apart when I say yes, check no. If no holds, then you do it the opposite way. There's 2 ways. I didn't know that until Devin told me. There's 2 ways. My way, which is yes, close, no, open, and his way, which is yes, open, no, closed. So try both. And if you still can't do it, take your time, check your environment, see if this is something that you really should be doing or want to do. It's love and light. Do not beat yourself up. Let's go into the don'ts. Do not beat yourself up. If you can't get it right away, it's not that serious. Just practice. You have the rest of your life to learn it. And if you are supposed to learn it and you really want to learn it, you'll learn it. Do not use this as a means for just end all be all medical advice. Don't do that. Don't do that either. If something's persisting and something's not right and you don't feel right, go see a doctor. Don't be like the muscle testing thing told me no. That will be your decision. If you choose to do that, that will be your decision. And if anything does not go the way that you want it to go, you cannot blame anyone else, because each practitioner and each person is telling you this is not the end all be all of what you should be doing when it comes to your health, when it comes to your money. Speaking of money, do not bet your house on your muscle testing for stocks. Do not, I haven't done it, so I don't know, but do not, before you do anything, one of the questions you should ask is, can I do this? Like, can I muscle test to get the right stocks? You understand? Am I allowed to, because there are certain things you are allowed to do and certain things you're not. Everything has laws. You cannot mess up the laws of the universe. You cannot ask about someone else unless it is in direct, like, with you. You can't ask about the other person, because before you ask about another person, you need to ask, can I ask about this person? And they'll tell you yes or no, because they're not going to give you information about someone else. They're not. There's privacy. It's like I said, I don't know how it works, but I do know that it works. There are certain people that they were like, that's none of your business. That has happened to me. That has happened to me when I first started. It was like, no, we don't need you to focus on that. That's none of your business. And I was like, well, goddamn, this is how I know to teach this, because I've done it, and I learned that when I'm asking a question that really has nothing to do with me, they will not answer. They won't. They'll just be like, and you'll feel it. Like, I'm not supposed to be asking this question, am I? And they're gonna be like, no, you're not supposed to be asking that question. So, what else can I tell you? But use it for, because I started you out with using it for little things like yes and no. I also, started to tell you how to heal a little bit. I can't go into that right now because that is not the time for the transmission. You have to be a little bit more advanced because there are other factors that go into healing that a lot of people don't really factor in, but there's a lot of different factors as well. I have trained you how to do it, you know, CC, lock, pull, yes, open, no. Pull, yes, open, no. You understand? No matter how hard right here is where I cut. No matter how hard I tried to hold it, it would not hold. And I scratched the hell out of myself. And I heard my team in my head go, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? And I was like, fine, I'm done. I get it. You know, and like I said, and I say a lot, I didn't think I was ever going to be this woman. This wasn't the woman I thought I was going to be, but I'm happy I'm her. So I love you guys. Keep practicing. Try to practice before bed. Try to practice when you get up, before you get out of bed. Practice. I love you. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, and we out.